Aaron. Well, new at 10, revisiting the role school resource officers at Rochester Public Schools play.
KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon joins us live with details on the ongoing discussion between RPS and RPD ahead of the next school year. Huh, Anthony?
That's right, George and Katie. You know, the school board has already signed off on the district's contract with RPD to provide school resource officers for next school year, but their exact roles and expectations are still being defined. But district leaders, they want to see a more approachable and less intimidating police presence on school grounds. But an update they received from Chief Franklin this week is drawing mixed reviews.
A lot of districts have gotten this wrong. And I think we have a chance to really get it right.
Interim Superintendent Dr. Kent Pakel underscoring the importance of getting policing right in school settings.
School resource officers are not average cops. They're a very special breed who is really willing to build relationships and to work with kids, to know where the line of their responsibilities begins and ends.
That's why the school board asked for an outline of the key roles of school resource officers, the document before them defining their responsibilities related to civic engagement, informal mentoring, and safety as law enforcement officers. The memo also calls for SROs to wear more casual uniforms and meet with students and staff monthly to address their concerns.
I think what you have in front of you is a reflection of where we've come from, and that's our commitment to creating a school resource officer program that we can all be proud of.
Some school board members seeing the document as a significant improvement, others left seeking more change.
During our last meeting about this, I made very clear that I wanted a radical reimagining of what we were going to do differently, and I don't think that comes across here.
I think it's an improvement, but I agree with Dr. Garcia that it's just not far enough that I had hoped we would be at this point.
Certainly, we can all agree that law enforcement has had a rough several months here, and we've got room for improvement. I look at this as an opportunity to really get school resource officers in front of kids in a time of non-crisis, non-enforcement, in a safe environment, to tear down some of those barriers, to build those bridges with the students of the future. That is of the utmost importance for us in law enforcement today. And I look at the school resource officers as the vehicle to help me do that in winning over some of the kids for tomorrow.
Can I just have a follow-up? That's what needs to be in this document.
The school board ultimately approving the memo, feeling it's a step in the right direction that allows for reevaluation going forward.
I believe each of us wants this to be a successful relationship, and don't want any of our students to ever feel intimidated or to, like me, not necessarily feel nervous when there's a cop in back of you. So I want them to have that freedom to, learn to just relax and to know that there's nothing to be fearful of.
And Dr. Pakel believes a big part of why some school board members may be dissatisfied with this document is because it was crafted by an MOU process, which by nature is a negotiation between two organizations. Now the district is working on creating a task force to better define their long-term vision for school resource officers. Katie, George.
All right, thank you, Anthony. Now the district is set to start creating a task force on school resource officers as soon as next week.